How's everyone doing today? Hopefully your day is going well for you. Today is going to be another Q&A, questions and answer video for you. We haven't had one of those in a long time because no one's really asked any questions. If you asked me questions, I would have made one by now. Dennis, a new subscriber, asked if I am an expert with gardening plants, growing plants, or gardening, which I'm not. Is anyone really an expert in growing any type of plant? If they say they are, they're lying to you. No one is an expert. They might have knowledge, which I have some, from last year. But yeah, I'm far from being an expert at all. I was looking to see where the microphone was on this. I'm trying this on the Nexus 7 again, which I enjoy. It's easy to use. But getting back to the topic, no one is an expert at all in gardening. You could be classified as a master gardener, which I wouldn't give you 2 cents for a master gardener. What is a master gardener? They study from a book, they take a little test, and then they tell everybody else about what they studied in the book. I had a couple seminars last year with master gardeners, and I was not impressed. They didn't like what I had to say, and I really didn't learn anything from them. Maybe 1 or 2 things, but I find most of my information on YouTube, or on the web, but mostly from YouTube. There's lots of gardening videos that are helpful throughout, and I'm still finding more videos on YouTube. Dealing with planting or composting, worm composting, compost tea, harvesting seeds, when to plant, when not to plant. There's lots of variations to learn, and either at least one day, or not one day, but you learn a little bit every day, I should say. So yeah, if someone says that, oh, I'm an expert in what? You might be knowledgeable, but no one is an expert. Don't fool yourself if you think you are, because you're not. Ooh, I'm an expert in this. Well, what qualifies you as an expert? There isn't. I don't know. That's my outlook on that. Um, but you do learn. I mean, you could be doing the same thing each day, but still learn something new from whatever you're doing. Like we'll keep it on gardening, but how to improve your compost. Well, you can add coffee grounds. Not many people know that, and coffee grounds is free. Whether you drink it or you get coffee grounds from Starbucks or your local coffee house or coffee joint or whatever you want to call it. Um, and you add that, and then you have, your compost going. Well, if you include worms in your compost, well, that's just even more benefit for yourself and your compost. Uh, Either if you add worms to it, or you entice the worms up from the ground, the natural worms that are in the environment, to come and feed on your compost. Put castings in there and use their castings into your plants. there's lots of benefits. So there's not a definitive thing as an expert. You know, um, what else can I say about that subject? I mean, last year was my first year of growing plants. This one's my second. I've learned quite a bit from last year's failures, from to use this year of what and what not to do. A good thing is to keep a record, some sort of blog or writing down on a piece of paper. An online blog is pretty decent. I use that. Just jot notes down of when I start something. Even for all my bins, I made like my phone book bin. I wrote that down. Or my potting soil bin. Um, when the start date was. So I just have a record of when it was done. And, then I can go look back, a few months later and going, oh, I started it on this date and this has progressed that much. Plus doing these vlogs close to every day. I try to do at least one a day. It gives me a record also. This is what it looked like then. These are what my plants look like the first, second, third week. So doing these daily vlogs, if you keep seeing the same things, it shows you of what is going on, and it shows me of what the plants are doing. It's not repetition of seeing the same thing over and over and over again. It's showing you the progress of what the plant is doing. And if you're growing the same thing, you can go, oh, well, his is doing this and mine isn't doing this. And what is he doing differently? What potting soil do I use? Maybe they don't use worm castings like I do. Or they might, and it's not working for them. Or maybe their soil is oversaturated. You have to keep the soil moist, but not oversaturated. So there's lots of variances of that. Trying to think what else I can say to it's yeah, it helps out vlogging or making it some type of a record of the progress of everything that you do. Really, no matter what it is, if it's gardening, um, like my hummingbirds, when they come back, I'll be vlogging that quite a bit and showing how many birds come each day. The frequency range, if they show up one or a couple times or throughout the day. Sometimes they don't show up during the day. When it gets really hot around noon, they take a break and they come back in the afternoon. I've seen that last year. So there's lots of things to learn. Not telling everyone that you're an expert. That's my outlook on things. Um, you might have a different opinion on it. You might not. You might say, "Oh yeah, he's not right," but he's not being judgmental of everyone else that claims themselves as an expert. So hopefully you found this enjoying, useful. Um, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I can always use more subscribers, and I can always use more questions and answer videos. If you have a question about something, hopefully, which I know, If it pertains to gardening, hummingbirds, um, worm composting, vermicomposting, scanners, um, I might have an answer. Um, Probably some other things that I can't even think of. But if you have a question for me, if you want to know more about me, just ask. I'll wait for you guys to ask questions, and then I'll answer them. But yeah, I enjoy these type of videos. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.